Welcome back, everyone. Maximum Effort. There's a brand new Deadpool 3 teaser that was just released this week. It features a couple new characters from the comics and reveals some more details about the plot, so we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. We're going to be getting a trailer at the Super Bowl, probably. Of course, I'll do a video for whatever they wind up releasing. I cannot wait to see what the marketing campaign for this movie is like. If you've seen Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman just go at each other in public over other regular stuff, like non-movie stuff, it's hilarious.
Ooh. Wow, got Mr. Lively couldn't be here.
But because there are a bunch of different variants in the scenes that they just released, I'm going to specifically mention which versions are the main ones for Wolverine and Deadpool. They'll make it way easier for casual fans in the actual movie to tell who the main versions are and who all the other variants are. Do not worry about the logic getting too confusing having to follow it, even though Deadpool, I am sure, will clown on that as he has in previous movies, like so many timelines, who are you talking about, this is confusing. But the new footage starts with the main versions of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Deadpool talking to a new Deadpool variant. They have Dogpool from the comics in the scene too, confirming all the theories that they were going to be doing a version of the Deadpool Corps from the comics. The Deadpool Corps is kind of like the Spider Force from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, with a bunch of different versions of the character from different universes. But it's meant to be way crazier than the Spider Force was in Across the Spider-Verse, even though they did get really crazy. Like they had Spider-Rex and the Spider-Buggy. Like there are so many in the background there. You could rewatch that movie 100 times and still find Easter eggs in the background. Expect the same situation in Deadpool 3, but with Deadpool variants. Really hoping we see a version of Galactipool. Cannot wait to see that, but we haven't seen the main version of Galactus, so I'm not going to hold my breath for Galactipool. And what they've done in this scene is they have the main version of Deadpool being played by Ryan Reynolds' stunt double. That's why he looks a little different. They'll just use CG to swap Ryan Reynolds' face onto him later. And he's meant to be the one without his mask on and has all the scars from his cancer. This is meant to tell you which Deadpool is the main one during this movie when the Deadpool Corps are all on screen. Like you have all these different variants and some of their suits look kind of similar, but you can usually tell by looking at their suits too. Like this is what the suit for the main version of Deadpool looks like. He's meant to be the Deadpool from the original main X-Men universe. They canonized the main X-Men universe to the Deadpool movies during Deadpool 2. Even though we have a whole bunch of X-Men characters coming back, like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine coming back as a more comic booky version of Wolverine, all the other versions, including that Hugh Jackman Wolverine, are from completely different universes. Vanessa and Dopinder are both coming back from Deadpool 2. I'm assuming that they're the only other people from that original main X-Men universe. The rest of the movie is him in other universes. We only have the main version of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine here interacting with the other Deadpool variant, but I'm not sure which universe Dogpool is meant to be from. Part of the joke here, though, is that he is a version of Deadpool from his universe, like he is the main version of Deadpool, the only version of Deadpool, really. Even though he just looks like a little dog with a Deadpool outfit on, he actually does have Deadpool regeneration powers. In the comics, Dogpool is from like a totally alternate universe, and in that universe, his origin story is a bit of a parody of the main 616 version of Deadpool. So he's owned by Mascara X, which is a parody of the Weapon X program, who use him as a guinea pig to test all their cosmetics on. And it's meant to be a parody of the Weapon X program experimenting on Wolverine. Deadpool too, but Deadpool is technically from the Weapon K program, which is like an offshoot of Weapon X. Through those experiments, Dogpool mutated, giving him the power to heal himself. He almost died, and then Mascara X basically didn't have any more use for him, so they threw him in a dumpster, but his regeneration powers saved him, and he joined the circus, doing all kinds of crazy stunts because he could heal himself. Eventually, the main 616 Deadpool came across universes, found him, and recruited him to the Deadpool Corps. In the comics, he winds up being befriended by Kidpool. They might just change that and say that the main version of Deadpool here, like Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, is the one that befriends him because he's carrying him around here. Just because Ryan Reynolds is always posting those funny commercials for the brands that he owns, like the cell phone brand or the gin brand, they should actually do a funny commercial about Dogpool's origin with this whole products company, but do it as a funny commercial for the movie as if it's an actual trailer. Speaking of which, very apropos, thank you to Raycon for sponsoring this week's video. If you've been on YouTube before, you've probably heard of Raycon. They've made a name for themselves in the premium audio space. Their everyday earbuds, they've been incredibly successful. Their everyday over-ear headphones, tech kits, their home tech kits like their faucet filter, room purifier, their magic charging cable. So to thank everyone who's shown them support, they're offering a special discount on all their products site-wide using my code. I'll put it up here on screen in a second. So this is the perfect time to get yourself some products that made Raycon so well known, like their everyday earbuds. Their everyday earbuds are known for delivering high-quality audio and thoughtful features like a 32-hour battery life, a perfect in-ear fit for all-day wear and lasting comfort. Different sound modes depending on what you're using them for, like pure sound for more casual listening, balanced sound for more warmth and depth, a special enhanced bass mode, special noise isolation modes for blocking outside noise, and each pair comes with a charging case for on-the-go charging. All of this for half the price of other premium brands, which is the reason they've racked up over 78,000 five-star reviews. Generally, I've been using Raycon everyday earbuds because I haven't found another pair of earbuds that are as convenient and as small as the Raycon earbuds. These are just like the perfect earbuds when you're on the go or doing a quick casual workout, and you just need something small and convenient to carry around without taking up too much pocket space. So if you're just looking for earbuds that are really convenient and won't break your bank, I highly recommend you get yourself a pair. Just click on my link in the description or type it in your browser. Go to buyraycon.com/emergencyawesome and get an additional 15% off site-wide and free shipping, so be sure to check it out. The other member of the Deadpool Accord that it looks like they run into on the beach here where the scene is taking place is a long-haired version with no scars on his face and super hardcore-looking armor. He also seems super happy, like he's just joking around with Wolverine. And I think part of the joke here is that he's meant to be a version of Deadpool, like a random Deadpool core member who's super handsome and perfect, like his life was great, he never got cancer, so his face looks way more handsome. He's like the Fabio perfect-looking version of Deadpool, the most idealized version of Deadpool. And they'll probably just use the scene so that Ryan Reynolds can clown on himself for being super fugly, like you're the worst version of Deadpool. There are a couple meta jokes at the beginning of the first Deadpool movie during the opening credits where they were clowning on Ryan Reynolds in real life for being the world's most handsome person. It also seems like one of the other jokes here is that Wolverine really likes this perfect-looking version of Deadpool, but he hates the main version of Deadpool, can't stand him. I did a video a while ago when they released the footage, but a big part of their initial meeting, it seems like, is Wolverine trying to kill him because he can't stand Deadpool and he won't leave him alone. It's not totally clear where this new scene is happening in the movie or if it's taking place on the battle world that the TVA starts creating. My early theory right now is that it's just meant to be the same Void planet from the Loki series because we're talking about TVA characters here. Like there were TVA characters in the footage they released a little while ago. And I think, early theory here is that it's on this planet that Deadpool and Wolverine wind up teaming up with a bunch of their variants, like this Deadpool, Dogpool, the Deadpool Corps, to fight a bunch of evil X-Men characters and other Fantastic Four characters from the Fox Marvel movies that we saw in all those other scenes. Like Deadpool kills the Fox Marvel universe, so it's all a bunch of characters cameoing from those movies or characters that are based on people from those movies. There are a couple other scenes of them here on this same planet where Deadpool has his mask on. This might be before they run into the other Deadpool Corps members and these other versions of Deadpool. As far as I know, the way they're explaining the other Wolverine variants in the movie, though, is that they'll mostly be in the other universes that Deadpool hops through as he finds this version of Wolverine. I think the bit they're doing with this version of the character is that they're saying that Hugh Jackman's Wolverine here is meant to be the perfect version of Wolverine, and it's meant to clown on Kevin Feige recasting all the X-Men characters. Like Deadpool is looking for versions of Wolverine, and he winds up finding out that Hugh Jackman's is the perfect version of Wolverine. Like, he'll never be able to recast me in real life because he's perfect. Even though we know Kevin Feige is doing a new live-action X-Men movie in the MCU, I think that Mr. Sinister is actually supposed to be the main villain of that, but that's not meant to be super connected to what's happening in Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3 is mostly just setting up what's happening with Avengers Secret Wars. All that live-action X-Men stuff I think is going to be a little bit separate. But they did say that they weren't going to debut the new MCU version of Wolverine till way after Secret Wars, like after they're completely done with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and he'll be back for Secret Wars. I think once the dust from Avengers Secret Wars settles and they reboot into whatever the main MCU is going to be, like a more comic booky looking version of the 616 universe, Ryan Reynolds will probably be one of the only people from those Fox Marvel movies who survived as his original version of the character into the new movies. Like eventually there will be an MCU version of Wolverine played by a different actor. But I think what's going on in this movie with all the Deadpool core members is that it's mostly going to be a bunch of Deadpool variants and not that many Wolverine variants, like maybe just a couple. I did a video about X-23 coming back. Supposedly she's going to be in the movie somewhere, but I don't know if it's going to be on this planet or some other part of the movie. And for most of the movie, it's just going to be these two main versions running around facing all the other characters. I think all the Deadpool core stuff is just going to be for part of the movie. We're supposed to get the first legit trailer at the Super Bowl. Whatever they wind up releasing, of course I'll do a video for it. I think they'll be done filming all the reshoots and the extra stuff that they're doing right now pretty soon, just because the movie's coming out this summer, so they will start releasing a bunch of footage really soon. There's a bunch of big stuff coming up this week, so be sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss anything. Click here for that other new Deadpool 3 trailer, and click here to watch Wolverine and Sabretooth go at each other. Thank you so much for watching, and maximum effort.